want to do like my person, like I don't have a hat or a happy thing. Anyways, Happy New Year. It's a new year. Let's get this year off to an excellent mathematical start, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
What a sad little thing. So, it's a new year. It's a new you. It's a good day to have a good day. It's a good year to have a good year. It's a good time to get off to a good start. I say all of that to say we are going to really be pushing it hard as we continue to learn new mathematical. I had to show them my earrings too. To learn new mathematical things, we have to really push hard because we have big things coming down the pike. We have map testing happening at the end of January. And we have air testing coming in April. Okay, so I'm 3 for 3. Okay, I'm 3 for 3, everyone. Every time I say air testing, people go, air test, air testing, no more. Can I tell you a little secret? The air test is no longer scary for you this year. Because, put your hands down and just listen for a few minutes. This air test has nothing to do with whether or not you go to 5th grade. That should take a load off of your heart. And that should let your heart be like, oh, okay, really? So like, I can just do my best and I don't have to worry about if my best isn't good enough. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because your best is good enough. Your best is good enough for me. Okay? This air test is not a test for you as much as it is a test for me. Did I teach kids math?
Yes.
That is what we're going to find out when you take your air test, and we're going to find out how much. Did I teach you about fractions? If you know stuff about fractions and you answer questions correctly on that air test about fractions, then guess what? I did my job. I want you to view your air test in 2 ways, and this is the first time I thought of it in this way. So if you're watching this and you were in class earlier, I didn't say it this way. I want you to think of it as a gift. Your grade on your air test is a gift to me that you give to me. What kind of gift do you want to give me? A good grade or a bad grade? Think of it that way. Raise your hand if you like to sing like for a performance. Some people do. I haven't found. So, okay, fine. Raise your hand if you like to dance for a performance, whether that's in your living room or on a dance team. Raise your hand if you like to do cheerleading for a performance. Raise your hand if you like to create art, to show people, drawings, clay, knitting. Raise your hand if you like to play sports, to perform for people. You like to hustle after that ball and get it and score. Put your hands down. Did everyone raise their hand at one point or another during those questions? I think almost everyone did. That is what the air test is. It's just like a big game. It's just like a big art project. It's just like a big performance, whether that's dancing or singing or making a clay project or knitting or going to the big game. Do you get a little bit nervous before the big game? Sure. But does that mean that you just go out on the field and walk around? No. You bust your tail to do the right things and do a good job, right? Same thing for an art project. Do you get worried that maybe you might make a mistake? Sure. But does that stop you from doing a good job? No. You do your best because you know that your art project's going to go on the wall or it's going to go on the shelf. Or if you're singing or dancing, you do your best to sing all the right notes and dance all the right moves and do all the right things because It's a gift to the people, to your audience. Your art is a gift to whoever you're making it for. Your song, your dance is a gift to whoever you're singing for or dancing for, sorry. Your game is a gift to whoever's watching. But isn't it also a gift to yourself? When you play a good game, don't you feel like, oh, Mom, did you see that score? Did you see that shot? When you dance, you're like, Mom, I hit all the right moves. Did you see that I did so good? Or don't you get proud of yourself? Sure you do. That is what I want you to think of the air test as a performance that you are giving to me as a gift. Don't stress. Listen, as long as you work hard in class, you listen to me when I talk, and you participate when you're in a group, working with your group, guess what? You're going to 5th grade. You're going to 5th grade, okay? Congratulations. Most everyone in this class, if you do everything you did before Christmas and just a tiny bit better, you're going to 5th grade, okay? So congratulations. Good job. You're going to 5th grade. Can we not worry about that anymore? Last year, the air test was stressful because if you didn't pass it, then you stayed in 3rd grade, right? That's stress. That's hard. That's difficult. It's not like that anymore. Not this year. There will be other years when it will be like that, but it's not this one. So don't worry about that. Just worry about doing the best you can for me. That's what I've been saying. Like, do it for me. I love you. You love me. We're a big happy family. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's supposed to be a joke, but I guess my jokes still aren't funny. It's the new year, and I was hoping my jokes would be funny, but guess not. Cool, great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great day. So do your air test and do your best. There are rules I have about the air test. I do not permit fear, worry, stress, or nervousness to come into you during an air test. Those things are not allowed. It is nothing to fear. There is nothing to be worried about. There is no nervousness to be had. There is no stress allowed. As long as you promise me that you will do your best. Do you promise that you will do your best?
Yes.
Great. That's all I want. And if you don't know something or you get a wrong answer, have I ever asked you to be perfect? No. I've never asked you to be perfect. I just want your best. Okay? And so that is my spiel about the air test. The reason I'm giving you that little chat today is because everything we do from now until April is preparing us for the air test. Everything we've done before also is preparing us. But here's what we've done. We did fractions first. Fractions are probably some of the most difficult things we will do in all of the 4th grade. Who worked on the practice poster today? Who thought to yourself, wait, that was easy? You think that? Did you think that? You're like, why was that so easy? Okay. It is my hope that everything we do from here on out gets that sort of response where you're like, wait, that's easy. Oh, okay. Sure, great. I can do that. That's my hope. And if ever there is a time where you do not feel that way, where you're like, that wasn't easy. What should you do when you go home? Bobby? How are you going to do that? What? No, not really, Cole.
You can watch a video.
Watch the video. Hi, this is your teacher. I teach math, and I record it so that you can learn math at home, too. Because that's what I do.
Hey.
Right? So, if ever you do not feel like, man, that was easy, please watch a video. This will be posted to YouTube so you can watch it on your phone or on your own personal tablet. It will also be posted to your Google Classroom. So you can watch it during Ketchup and Pickle or during Wise Time. Okay? Please watch a video. And if you need to watch a video but you don't have access to a video, let me know and I'll figure something out. Okay? I have a lot of problem-solving strategies in my tool belt of education that I would be happy, in my toolbox that I would be happy to pull out for you. And I'll be happy to try to figure out a way to get you some extra practice if you feel like that wasn't easy. Okay? Today's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good because you're going to learn something today that you've never been taught in a classroom. Some of you have seen this on Freckle, but you've never been taught it in a classroom. It's brand new. I am the first one that gets to show it to you. So, no air test stress. We are laser focused. Every single day that you are in these seats or on this screen, however it works out, you are laser focused. So, when you have your hand raised, whatever you're getting ready to say better be beneficial for the whole group and directly relating to what I'm saying here. Everything you say in class should be your best work. We do not have time for silly comments when you raise your hand and you make a silly comment that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We no longer have time for that because the air test is coming. You're going to be done with 4th grade that fast. It's going to feel like the snap of a finger. And we're going to have days off of school, and we might get slammed with a snow day this week. And if we do, we're all like, yes, in our hearts. Our sleepiness is like, yes, sleeping in. But then when me as a teacher, I'm like, oh, man, I really needed to teach them that day. And so I told the other class, as long as I am not like catastrophically ill and hospitalized, even if I am absent, what is probably going to happen is I'm going to record a video at home and send it to the sub, and you're going to watch a video and then do practice. We are going to keep learning. We have a lot to learn and not a lot of time to learn it in, okay? So buckle up, Buttercup. Put your seatbelt on because it's pedal to the metal, baby, and we are moving quickly toward the finish line because we are going to finish strong. The cool thing about this is that I have been pumping you guys up full of all this awesome mathematical knowledge, and your muscles are like way huge, that now everything we do from here on out, like I already said, is going to feel like pretty easy. So, shall we begin?
Yeah,
Let's do it. Yes, we shall. Okay. So, I have a new thing that I've never done before. I have started this little thing as like an agenda that tells you what we're going to do. So we're going to do the review slide. Then you should have done the practice poster already. And then we're going to begin our lesson. Have your tab open. I changed it from a box down here to a poster on the wall up here. So you should have the lesson already open and ready. Way to go, Bobby. You got it. Other people probably do. I just can't see it. Yes, excellent. Yes, sir. How may I help you? No, not right now, because we're going to go through this very quickly because what I have to teach you today is brand new stuff that you've never done before. Good. So, does everyone have an answer for the review slide? Yeah. Yes? Okay. I'm going to go through it quickly, and you're just going to check it off yourself and decide if you got the right answer or not. All right? 26 hundredths plus 8 tenths. Can we add two things that do not have a common denominator?
No.
We cannot. Very good. So I'm going to put a 0 here and a 0 here. And when I add 26 and 80, that's going to give me 106 100ths. Thumbs if that's your answer. Yeah. Thumbs all over town. Way to go. Here, I have my answer as hundredths and this as tenths. So I know my denominator here is going to have to be 100. So I'm going to put these here. That gives me 70. I'm trying to get to 92. What's my numerator, Logan? Give it to me.
22.
22. Who else got 22? Thumbs all over town. Well done, my friends. I knew that you would do that well. I knew that it would go well, and I'm so excited. Here we go. We are starting Unit 4 today. Lesson 1, decimal numbers. Let's learn about decimals, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Someone came to me to be excited. What do you notice? What do you wonder? Take some think time, and we will get started.
Take out some of the words in the box. See what I mean? Try to get. Don't click on the words. Click on the blank space. There, you got it. Good job. Yes. Ready answer?
What do you notice? What do you wonder? Give it to me, Izzy.
I noticed that there's only 6 100s shaded in.
Notice, wonder. 6 100ths shaded. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Excellent. Brentley.
I noticed there's 100 blocks.
100 total blocks. Love it. Bobby.
I wonder why they have to be in squares.
Why squares? Somebody asked that earlier. They were like, why squares and not circles? Tucker.
I noticed that it's a 10 by 10.
10 by 10, which equals?
100.
Very good. Trenton.
I wonder why there's only 6 square units shaded.
Why? Ooh. 6 square units. Listen to him trying to make his math teacher happy using all those fancy words. Love it. Logan, last one.
So I noticed there's 10 rows, and they had. If we had 110, that would be 100.
How many tens is 100? Help him, everybody.
100.
10. If you add 10 rows of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Very good. Okay, so I want you to go to this slide on your thing, and I'm going to go back. It says, if the large square represents 1, what fraction of it is shaded? So I'm going to clear this off. If this whole thing here is 1, what's the fraction for the shaded piece? Remington?
6 100s.
6 100ths. Who agrees with Remington that it's 6 100ths? He's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded because the numerator is the number we have. The denominator is the total amount of equal parts in a fraction. And the numerator is the number we have. So the total amount is 100 and the numerator is 6. 6 100ths is correct.
Yay.
What fraction is not shaded? What fraction is not shaded, Trenton?
94 100.
94 100ths. What happens if I put the shaded part and the not shaded part together? How much would I have? Cameron?
1 whole.
I would have one whole thing. I would have 100 100ths. Very good. Excellent work. Now, we are going to break this up into tables. So, table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5, and table 6, you're going to also work on letter A. I'm going to give you like 2 minutes of think time. If you are online, watching this online, you should be solving some of these during this think time as well. Use this time to your advantage. So, Go ahead with your table. Figure out your answers quickly.
I know there's like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 100s and A. There's 4 100s. I mean, 5 100s.
Look at your screen. Don't try to look up at the big screen. Look at your screen.
There's 5 100s. There's 63 and shaded. There's more like shaded. I mean, if you add like the white part.
Right now,
Make it
hundredths.
Oh, so we're on
Whereas I know this. Yeah, you're right.
30
hundredths.
30 hundred.
And if we just add 3 hundredths, not yet. Let's find it. Really? Pass it.
All right. Table 1. What do you got, table 1?
500.
Table 6, do we agree? They say 500ths. Is that right?
Yeah.
5 100ths. Table 2. Huh? 63. Oops. 63 100ths. Do we agree, everyone?
Yes.
Table 3. Huh? 30 100ths. Is there anything else it could be called besides 30 100ths? Cameron?
3/10.
3/10. Is that right? Is that true?
Yeah.
3/10. Yeah. 3/10. Very good. Table 4.
100 100s or 1 whole.
100 100ths or 1 whole. Anything else? Gabe?
10 cents.
10 tenths. Who agrees with Gabe? That's 10 tenths also. Yes, very good. And table 5, last but surely not least.
97 100ths.
Table 5, is there any other way that we can write 97 100ths, or is that it? That's it. That's it. That's the only way we can do that. And then for letter F, they want us to come up with our own, which I have kind of decided what it was going to be already. Who can tell me what the fraction is for what I just drew? Emma. 12 hundredths. Very good.
You just made that.
Okay. So, it is time for me to teach you something new. This is a place value chart. This place value chart is the same place value chart you have been using since you were in kindergarten. If I put the number 1 here, then, and I was talking about money, so I wanted to kind of think about, dollar bills, y'all. Okay? If I put a 1 there, then how much money do I have? I have $1. If I put a 1 here, then I'm obviously going to have a 0 here. If I put a 1 there, what bill would I have? A $10 bill. What do you prefer, a $1 bill or a $10 bill?
$10
That's what I prefer. But, it doesn't always work out that way. Now, before we go on, let's make sure that we remember how this works. We have 1s, 10s, 100s, 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and so forth and so on for much further down the road than we have time to spend. But here's what I want you to know. The place value chart also goes that way. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Hold on. Hold on a second.
Oh, something right.
Wait.
Gabriel, what happened?
Something right.
It's just hitting the letter B.
Whoa.
So
Didn't mess up.
I have moved my paper out of the way. I am adding to your place value chart. After the ones place, there is and forevermore shall always be a decimal point after the ones place. Then you have tenths and hundredths. It is now very important for you to speak clearly because there is a big difference between the tens place and the tenths place. If I have a 1 in the tenths place, that's a dime. That's a dime. That's 10 cents. Because I don't have a whole dollar. Now I have less than a whole. If I have a 1 in the tenths place, hear me clearly. Hi. Tenths place, that's a dime. If I have a 1 in the tens place, that's a $10 bill. The big difference, isn't it? Big difference. If I have a 1 in the hundredths place, does anybody want to take a shot at what that would be? Trenton?
A silver dollar.
Nope. Jackson? A penny. 1 in the hundredths place is a penny. 1 in the hundreds place is a $100 bill. That's a Benjamin Franklin, y'all.
Wait, but
You know, that's a 100. Anybody got a $100 bill on them here? In your pocket right now? Me neither. I ain't got a $100 bill in my pocket right now. What are you talking about? I don't even have one at home. I don't carry $100 bills around. But listen, there's a big difference between a 1 in the hundreds place and a 1 in the hundredths place. Now, the things you say are very important, and how you say them and what you mean, because you're either talking about a penny or Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
Those are a big difference.
No, you're talking about Abraham Lincoln.
Right, Abraham Lincoln, little penny, little copper penny, or a $100 bill. So I say all that to say, make sure you're thinking carefully. If you are good with money, it will benefit you greatly to think about your decimals as you would think about money. Okay, and I'm going to show you why. So this is your new place value chart. I want you to see this, and I want you to understand this here is the new part of what I'm teaching you today. This right here. You already know how to write and see tenths and hundredths in a diagram. You already know that. I'm just going to show you how to put them into a chart and how to write them in a place value chart. Okay? You're going to walk away from this lesson today going, oh, that was easy. And you're going to come in tomorrow on the review slide and you're going to be like, oh, this is going to be so fast, because it is so fast. The kicker now is for you to recognize, man, that wasn't easy for me today. I didn't feel like that was easy. Then You need to go back and watch a video. You need yes or no. You don't have to. I'm just asking. It doesn't matter to me. You need to go back and watch a video. If it's not easy, you need to go back and watch. Okay? And you can fast forward through the beginning part where I give the spiel about the air test and all that. You can fast forward through all that. All right. Are you ready to figure out how to use this thing?
Yes.
Here we go. Can we write the shaded part of this diagram as a fraction?
Yep.
Sure. Anybody and everybody, tell me what it is.
100. 100.
1/100th. What about this one?
10 100.
10 100ths or 1/10. 1/10. Right. And so the shaded part of this diagram represents 0.01 or 1/100th. So let's go back to our diagram here. For that diagram that we just had, it was like this, and had just this one little piece shaded in, right? You guys can see it on your screen if you want. You can look at it on your screen, but that's what it had for our recording. This yellow piece was what we drew, what we are looking at here. How many holes do I have? How many whole pieces do I have? 0. I don't have any holes. I don't have any ones. I definitely don't have any of this. Right? But how many, what do I have? What did we say, Bobby?
So you're going to have in the hundredths.
What do you want in the hundredths place?
1.
A 1. How many tenths do we have?
0.
0. We have 0 tenths. So we can write this as 100 is the same as 0.01 or a
penny.
penny. It's the same as a penny. How many pennies do we need to make $1? 1 whole dollar? 100. 100 pennies. So if you think about these as pennies, it's 100 pennies. If we have 1 penny, 1 cent, 1/100th, looks like this. Now, the shaded part of this diagram, we wrote them in fraction form here in purple. As a decimal, we're going to write 0 holes still, right? We don't have any whole pieces. Nothing whole here. We have 1/10 or 10 hundredths. This decimal and this fraction say the same thing. This decimal and this fraction say the same thing. Numbers like 100th, 10 hundredths, and 1/10 are written as decimals. This is what a decimal is. Look at the shaded parts of each diagram in the first problem and write the numbers they represent as decimals. So we're going to go back to here. We had these as fractions. We had this as 5/10. Let me change that. We had this as 5/10. We had this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 63 hundredths. Are you going to let me just say that?
No.
Are you going to try to correct me?
Yeah.
What is it, Trenton?
It's 500.
Tthank you.
Because 5/10 would be 50.
Very good. Very good. My apologies. That was my fault. We had this as 3/10 or 30 hundredths, right? Am I on the right track, everybody?
Yeah.
This was 1 whole, 100 hundredths, 10 tenths, and this was
97 100th.
97 100ths. And then letter F, I had shaded as 12, and it was 12 100ths. So, now, with what we know, about our place value chart. I'm going to put this here like this. I'm going to put a decimal point right here. I'm going to put ones. Here's my decimal point. What am I going to write here? What goes in this box? Huh? Tenths. Tenths. And then in the next one?
Hundredths.
Hundredths. Good job trying to make sure you accentuate the Very good. Hundredths. Now, here it says in fraction form for letter A, it says 5 hundredths. Where am I going to put the 5 in this chart? Where am I going to put the 5 in the chart? Think about it. It's 5 hundredths. So where am I going to put the 5, Cole? Well, I got 3 open boxes here. 1, 2, 3. Do you want, is there 5 ones here? Is there 5 whole things? No? Is there 5 tenths? This whole line here is a tenth. Are there 5 tenths? No. There are 5 hundredths. We wrote it in a fraction. We know what it is in a fraction. Now we just have to learn where to plug it in on the chart. It's 5 hundredths. How many tenths do I have? Anybody? Be brave. Come on. 0. How many whole pieces do I have? Also 0. Now, work with your table on 63 hundredths. What are we going to write? I'm going to, let's see, this is 0.05.
Okay.
5 hundredths.
1.
Now we're going to write in here again. What are we going to fill in the chart? I'm going to give you like 1 minute to talk to your table.
Well, we've got 300 and we got 6 tenths. 0 ones. Because I'm thinking with 1 whole. And then we've got 3 in the I'm not talking about like 3 600 at the numbers. No, there's 6 got 31.
Class?
Yes.
How many whole pieces do we have, everyone? 0. 0 holes. Listen, this is the same as 1 whole thing. That's why letter D is the same as 1. That's the holes. This piece here in front of the decimal point is the holes. We have 0 holes. How many tenths do I have? Everyone?
6.
How many hundredths do I have? 3. So my decimal here is 0.63. And we call that 63 hundredths. Not 100ths. 63 hundredths. All right. Now, how are we going to write letter C? Who wants to take a chance with it? Annabelle?
0.
0.30. This is 30 hundredths. We can write this another way. What's another way we can write this? Gabe?
3 tenths.
How are you going to put that in the chart?
I got no clue with the chart though.
How are you going to put it in the chart, Bobby?
Okay, so first you're gonna put 0 on the ones, and then in the tenths you're gonna put 0.
Uh-oh, hold on a second. You want me to put a 0 here in the tenths? But look how many tenths I have.
Oh, you're gonna put 3.
I'm going to put a 3 here. How many hundredths do I have, Bobby?
You have 1.
I have none. So I'm just going to leave that blank. Just so 0.3 is the same as 3 tenths. 0.30 is the same as 30 hundredths. 3 tenths equals 31 hundredths. These things are equivalent, just like these things are equivalent. Okay? You seeing the correlation here?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see. Next, we have one whole thing. Where is this going to go? What are we going to do here, Izzy?
You're gonna put a 1 in the ones, and then because we have 0 tenths and 0 hundredths.
That's right. We're going to write this like this. What about letter E? What about letter E? Letter E. Emma?
So we have 0 ones. In the tenths, it's gonna be 9.
Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tenths.
And in the hundredth place, we're gonna put 7.
7 hundredths. We're going to put a 7 here. 0.97. And then can we do this one without the chart?
Yeah.
What would it be?
0.12.
0.12. 12 hundredths. Very good job. That is how you use decimals. Listen. That is how you write decimals. Here is, I told the other classes, the way I have for you to, the thing I have to teach you today is right here in purple and blue. This is all I have to teach you today. Ones place, decimal point, tenths, hundredths. That's all I have. Okay? So this is it. This is all the new information I have. So as we continue through this lesson, if you're finding yourself thinking like, yeah, I don't understand, what do you need to do tonight? Watch a video. I want you to watch a video. Ooh. Now, you look at this while I draw our chart up here. Let's make sure it's easy, and let's talk about it. So here's my chart. What do you notice that's different about these diagrams than the ones before? What's new, Annabelle?
That it's more than one whole.
It's more than one whole. So here is our one whole. So our decimal here is going to be, or we can do it as a fraction first, 1. And then, what's our fraction going to be? What's our fraction, Logan? What's our fraction going to be? 30, or Bobby?
133.
133 what? Hundredths. How else can we write that, Bobby?
We can do 30. Wait, no. 1, 3. Well, 1 hundredths.
1 and 33 hundredths. Can we write this as a decimal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How?
And then we're gonna put 1, and then the 3
We got to have our decimal point.
decimal, and then 3, and then.
Right. I want to show you something. What number is this?
133.
I hear some of you saying 133. This is not 133. 133 looks like this. The and is a decimal point. So unless you're reading a decimal point, you should not be saying and. 133 looks like this. What's this number?
275.
275. This is 275. 75. Okay? Make sure you say it correctly. It's not and. It's not, do not put and in there unless you are reading a decimal point. Okay? Let's write one more decimal quickly. What would my decimal be for B, Annabelle?
1 decimal point 0.
Or 1.2. Because this is the same as 1 and 20 hundredths. And this is the same as 1 and 2 tenths. Both of those things are equivalent. They are the same. Okay? Okay. And now I want to get to this point right here. Today we learned that a fraction can be written as a decimal regardless of whether it is less or greater than 1. Regardless of whether it is less or greater than 1. What does each digit in this decimal represent? I'm going to give you another minute or so to talk to your table about what does this decimal represent. Go.
7 represents 7 tenths. And 8 represents 8 ones. That's right. And since it's a 0, there's no ones.
Make sure you talk about each digit. Talk about the 0, the 7, and the 8.
You were talking like little.
Yeah. 800's on the chart. 7 would be 10 on the chart. 7, 8.
Class?
Yes.
All right. What do you have for the 0? What does the 0 represent? I've been talking to the same people all day. Somebody new. I want to talk to somebody new. Who hasn't shared out yet today? What does the 0 stand for? Jaden? Use your place value chart right here. Ones, decimal point, tenths, hundredths. What does the 0 stand for? I'm going to plug this into a place value chart real quick. Ones, tenths, hundredths. What does the 0 stand for? Somebody help her. Jackson, help her.
Like zero.
No, yeah.
So it shows that there's no holes.
And there's no full things. There's no whole things. When we're talking about dollar bills or apples or oranges or whatever. There's no full things, right? What does the 7 stand for? Bobby?
Stand for that there's like 7, like you have something there's only like 7. There's only 7 like tenths.
There are 7 tenths. What does a tenth look like? Can someone show me in the air?
1, 0.
Oh, I see some people doing like this. Some people have 1 and a 0. You have a box and you have one line in the box. That's a tenth. That's a tenth. And what does the digit in the hundredths place represent? Izzy?
Because there's 7 hundred. It would be
There are 7 tenths. How many hundredths? How many hundredths? Look at the chart. What digit is in the hundredth place? 8. So how would we say this? How are we going to say this number? What is this? Everyone say it together. 78 hundredths. 78 hundredths. Of course, tomorrow we're going to talk more about this, but I'm telling you, tomorrow in your daily review slide, I'm going to ask you to take a fraction and write it as a decimal. That's what's coming your way. Will you be ready for that?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, time to load up and sanitize. Thank you all so much. This concludes our math lesson for today.